When I look at this wheel and spin it around, I know the scattergun won't be found. It's cause I'm cursed to not find it, but hey, I guess I'll find... Minigun? Hey! Welcome back, potassium people, to another Man and Peeled review. Today we're going to be talking about the minigun. Just to break down how this video works, I'm going to first talk about how I use the weapon. Then I'm going to discuss how this weapon looks with Man and Peeled applied. Then I'm going to go ahead and place it on a tier list. And finally, I'm going to eat a banana. Now, this is about the 4th time I've discussed this weapon, and that's because I need to be exact in how I state my opinions. Mainly because I don't want to be killed by heavy mains, but also because this is something that, without proper explanation, will just sound like I'm complaining for the sake of complaining, but really, there's a lot to unpack here. First off, this weapon, I love using this weapon. I really have no complaints with it. It's the original, it's the classic. Oh wait, no, those are different weapons. This weapon is the weapon that has defined heavy for entire time the game's been up. It's amazing. You shred through opponents, you leave yourself open to attack if you're not paying attention, but dang, is it just nice to be able to shoot people with it. And honestly, I love using this or the Tomislav. Personally, I prefer the Tomislav just because of the silent rev and the faster rev and slightly more accuracy, right? But if I'm shooting people in a narrow hallway, I need to gun people down, I'll switch to this in a heartbeat. So, with that being said, let's talk about how this looks with Man and Peeled. I want you to just look at this clip. I took this clip because it drove me nuts when I revved this gun. And just look at it for a little bit. Do you see that? Of course you did. I put an image up on the screen. This thing looks like candy. It's either taffy or it's cotton candy. I don't know what. Moving on to the other aspects of the weapon. This weapon has the banana straw issue that I talked about on other weapons, like with the brass beast, where there's just these really thin sticks. It's also shiny, which I docked the revolver for in the past, but this is even worse because it spins. And with the stick and the spinning, it makes it look really, really weird. Personally, I can't see as anything else other than just some kind of cheap knockoff candy of what a banana would be, which knocks it down a lot for me. It does do something okay, where on the drum of the gun, the yellow meshes decently well with the banana, and of course the green is balanced out properly instead of how it was on the brass beast, where in this case, it actually has the green on the handles where you'd hold the weapon, so that gives it some points there. But for the most part, I just can't see this as a banana. This weapon just doesn't quite fit that. It's just not good enough. Also, little side note, when you are not revving the gun, but you've already spun the barrel around a little bit, you might notice there's a seam that you can clearly see that normally with most weapons you wouldn't notice if there is a seam because they don't spin around. In this case, you will notice it, it will bother you, and gosh dang it, this is going into D tier. I love you, minigun, but you do not look the best with this war paint, or war paints in general, in my opinion. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and eat a banana. Oh, freak yeah. See, now this is the good stuff, alright? This is where you know life is going to treat you well. You peel it back, you put it in your mouth, and just the pure ecstasy, the pure joy of having a sweet treat like this really fills your heart. And maybe your lungs. And maybe you die, actually. Speaking of dying, Valve, I'd prefer not to do this until I die, so can you just add the strangesecondbanana into TF2? I would really appreciate that. Like, genuinely, that would make my day. Anyways, that's going to be it today, potassium people. I'll see you all next time.